Place the DeltaTray Trent onto the floorboards and mark out the tray perimeter. When setting out the position of the tray, it is important to remove the floorboards past the edge of the tray and back to the center of the next joist. If the drain position of the tray conflicts with a joist or other obstruction, the tray sides can be trimmed to alter the drain position. For detailed information on maximum trimming dimensions, please refer to the instructions provided with the tray. With the tray position marked out, the floorboards can now be removed. Following the markings on the floor, cut through the floorboards using an electric saw. Check that the saw blade is set to the correct depth to avoid damaging existing joists, pipework or electrical cables that may be concealed below the floorboards. A drain fitting aid and drain body must be positioned within the joists to align with the drain opening of the tray. You will need to construct a suitable platform to support this assembly. The support platform must be positioned at the correct depth so that the drain fitting aid finishes flush with the top of the joist. Securely fix 50mm by 25mm timber battens between the floor joists using screws and glue. And then fix a marine plywood supporting platform onto the battens. The drain fitting aid can be cut so that it fits securely between the floor joists. Cutting the drain fitting aid will allow the drain position to be altered so that it aligns correctly with the position of the drain aperture within the tray. Once the platform is installed, place the drain fitting aid and drain body into position. Fix 1.5-inch ABS waste pipe into the drain body using a solvent weld adhesive. It is important at this stage to check the connection for leaks, as you may not be able to return to this assembly at a later date. Place the stainless steel cover plate over the void in the drain fitting aid to support the Delta tray and to allow essential free movement of the drain body for the secure connection to the Delta tray. Delta tray is not designed to span across joists. Therefore, it is essential that the entire base of the Delta tray is supported by a structurally stable platform. This is achieved by securely fixing 50mm by 25mm timber battens set below the top of the joists. Note that a minimum 18mm plywood must be used for joist centers up to 450mm and a minimum 22mm thick plywood for joist centers over 450mm. With the battens secured, the plywood support platform must be screwed to the timber battens. The plywood support platform should now finish flush with the top of the floor joists. Check the alignment of the drain body and the drain aperture in the Delta tray. Make sure they are perfectly aligned and adjust if necessary. The Delta tray should now fit onto the newly created platform, but sit slightly proud of the remaining floor area. Depending on the Delta tray thickness, the height difference between tray and the surrounding floorboards can vary. This difference is made level by fixing Delta board over the surrounding floor area. During preparation of the floor area, excess floorboards may have been removed back to the next joist center. This area should be backfilled using plywood or Delta board. With the supporting platform fully prepared and all checks complete, the Delta tray can now be permanently fixed in place using a cement-based rapid-setting flexible tile adhesive. Apply the adhesive with a thick bed notched trowel to the area where the Delta tray is to be placed. Make sure the adhesive is applied over the stainless steel cover plate. When applying the adhesive around the drain, it is important to leave a 10 mm gap between the adhesive and the main rubber seal of the drain body. Should adhesive come into contact with the rubber seal, remove immediately and clean thoroughly before continuing. With care, place the Delta tray into the adhesive. Apply moderate pressure to the entire surface of the tray and around the drain aperture, making sure there are no hollow spots beneath the tray. Using a spirit level, make sure the Delta tray is perfectly flat and level around its perimeter. If the Delta tray is set out of level, water will not flow to the drain correctly. Screw the threaded waste collar into the drain body before the adhesive hardens. Make sure to fully tighten this assembly to ensure a watertight seal is achieved between the drain body and the tray. With the Delta tray securely fixed into the adhesive, the surrounding floor area can now be overlaid with Delta board. It is very important to ensure that the existing floorboards are securely fastened to the joists before overlaying with Delta board. Using flexible cement-based tile adhesive, apply a solid bed using a thick set notched trowel. Firm down the Delta board into the adhesive bed, ensuring that no hollow spots remain beneath the boards. During installation, check to ensure all boards are fitted level. With the Delta tray and Delta board securely fixed, waterproofing of the joints can begin. We highly recommend that all the walls within the shower area are lined with Delta board, creating a completely insulated, waterproof environment ready for the application of tiles. Apply a 5 mm bead of Delta seal where the Delta tray meets the walls, and also at internal angle wall joints within the shower zone. Using a suitable brush or roller, apply a thin coat of PCS waterproofing paste over all joints to be sealed. The paste should be applied approximately 15 mm wider than the waterproofing fleece tape. Bed the fleece tape into the wet paste, starting with the prefabricated corner tape first. Make sure that no air pockets remain under the tape. For all remaining joints, cut the fleece tape to the required length, allowing the tape to overlap any previously fitted tape by a minimum of 50 mm. Make sure that where the tape overlaps, that it is bedded into a layer of wet paste. When the first coat of paste has dried, a second and final coat of paste must be applied over the taped joints to complete the waterproofing. It is important that all screw fixings within the shower area are also made waterproof by applying the tape and waterproofing paste. Your fully waterproof wet room is now ready for the application of tiles.